So what are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different scholarship opportunities in the US for those interested in studying communication and media studies. So if you did your undergraduate studies in mass communication, media studies, journalism, and other cognitive disciplines, well, today is your day and you are at the right time and are at the right place for these opportunities. If you have friends, relatives, acquaintances, colleagues, or whatever who studied in any one of these areas are interested in going to the US for their postgraduate studies, well, make sure to see this video and share it with them. Hello. Welcome again to another episode on Chrys-O. If you are visiting for the first time, you are welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you always for tuning in. And we are almost close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you always. Thank you. And for those of you who do not already know me, I am Chris. I'm a graduate student at the Simon Fraser University, and I am studying on a fully funded scholarship. And in this YouTube channel, I talk about fully funded scholarships for those who are interested in coming to North America, to US and Canada for scholarships, especially for humanities students. But I do also talk about scholarships in other disciplines and fields like natural and applied sciences. So if you are someone who is looking for scholarship, you are obviously in the right place. So what are these 5 universities we are going to be looking at? First, we have the University of Chicago. Second, we have the University of Texas A&M, we have Colorado State University, we have Illinois State University, and we have the University of New Mexico. These 5 schools in the US offer fully funded scholarships for their MA and PhDs in communication, media, and journalism studies. So, welcome, buckle on your shoes and tighten your belt, you are in for a ride. As always, we will look at these schools, look at the funding they have, and then look at what it would take or what it requires to apply to these schools. And like I used to say before, I chose this. There are many other programs that do offer fully funded scholarships in communication and media studies, but I chose these because they offer both masters and their PhD. Both their masters and their PhDs are fully funded. Well, it was so difficult to find fully funded master's program in this field. It was particularly difficult to come about them. And those programs that are purely PhD, they do not require you to have masters already to apply for them. So if you have your undergrad degree, you graduated with good grades, you are good to go with these programs, right? And these programs, they do not need GRE, graduate record exams. They do not need TOEFL, English standardized tests, and what have you. All those other exams, they do not need it. So these are the reasons I chose these particular schools. And so let's get down to business. What is the first school on our list is the University of Chicago, the Department of Cinema and Media Studies. So if you go to their funding page, they categorically stated that the funding package they have, the base funding package they have, covers full tuition coverage, annual stipend, annual premiums for the university student health insurance program, and graduate student service fees. They pay everything, both your living stipends and your health insurance. And so in a year, for a PhD student, they would offer you $37,000 US for a year. This is good money, given that they will also pay your tuition and other allowances, right? So apart from this scholarship though, there are other fellowships and grants in these universities that you can win. Example is the Mellon Humanities Dissertation Completion Fellowship. So there are other scholarships you find and fellowships funding that you find in this web page. So yeah, that is that for that. And let's see, what would it require to apply to this school? So to apply to this school, you need a statement of purpose which describes the intellectual issues you hope to explore at the University of Chicago. a writing sample of 20 pages, 3 letters of recommendation submitted by persons able to describe your academic achievements and promise, transcript from all previous colleges, application fee of $90. So that is what it would take to apply to this program. Don't forget, the MA, the Masters of Arts program in the Humanities in this department is not fully funded. So you apply for their PhD, and their PhD do not require you to already have a master's. So if you already have a good grade in your undergraduate degree, you are good to go with this program. And the deadline is December 15th. Yeah. So that is that with the University of Chicago. We move on to the next school. So we are down to the second school on our list, and it is this Colorado State University. And this school has both fully funded master's and PhD in communication studies. So what is their funding like? Well, for their MAs, they fund their MA program through graduate teaching assistantships, and these graduate teaching assistantships come with a full tuition remission, and this depends on your progress in the program. And they give you monthly stipend of $1,882 for 9 months, and they also make provision for summer funding during your summer. So that is that for their MA program. For their PhD program, same thing. They fund you through graduate teaching assistantships, and these graduate teaching assistantships come along is for 4 years, and it also covers full tuition remission. And they give you monthly stipend of $2,518 for 9 months, and then they make provisions for your summer funding. Now, how do you apply to this program? To apply to this program, both your MA and their PhD, you need a transcript, you need a statement of purpose, you need writing sample, you need your resume, you need 2 letters of references. So that is that for the application, and this school needs $70 for international students in application fee. So for application fee, you will pay $70. And don't forget, the department is the department is not able to offer application fee waivers. In any case, that is that for Colorado State University, and we'll move on to our third school. So the third school on our list is the University of Texas for short, but I think the university is called Agricultural and Mechanical University of Texas, UTexas A&M. So their Department of Communication and Journalism in the College of Arts and Sciences offers a fully funded scholarship in communication and journalism studies or whatever. So this university has only a PhD program, and that PhD program is fully funded. You don't need to have a master's before you apply to this program, and they do not need GRE. GRE is optional. If you have it, if you have good grades, you submit. If you don't have or have good grades, do not submit. For this department, they give you funding through an assistantship and require students to work the equivalent of 20 hours per week. Graduate assistants receive funds for tuition and a 9-month stipend of $20,000 for 9 months, and plus additional teaching appointment. So yes, they give you $20,000 as stipend, and then they waive your tuition for you through graduate teaching assistantships. So that is their funding. They have other kinds of funding that you can apply to, and don't forget, they also give you funding during summer. And then the application deadline is December 15th, so don't forget you have a month plus to submit your application to this school. So what do you need to apply to this school? What do you need to apply to this program? Well, it doesn't require much. Well, the application online application form, 3 letters of recommendation, official transcripts, and for the purpose of application process, you may upload unofficial transcripts. Official test scores, well, they said their test scores are optional, so GRE and TOEFL or IELTS are optional, both for international students who study with English and for domestic students. So you do not need to worry yourself about this one if you study with English. Then they need a statement of purpose that is between 500 and 750 words. They need a writing sample that is 10,000 words. That is to be limited to 10,000 words. And then they will need your CV. So that is that for this university. To apply to this university, that is what you need. And then we move on to our fourth school, on our list. The fourth school on our list is the Illinois State University, and they offer both fully funded masters and PhD in communication. Now, what do you need if you're interested in organizational communication, instructional communication, interpersonal communication, public relations, mass communication, rhetoric, etc.? Then this school is for you. Now, what do they need to apply to this program? Their GPA they need from you is 3.00 GPA in the last 60 undergraduate college credits. 2-1. With 2-1, you can apply to this program. And the second thing they need is a letter of application, which is like a statement of purpose. And for this letter, you need to give your academic background, academic interest, career objective, and how Illinois State University School of Communication can help you accomplish your objectives. Now, this letter is to be 1 to 2 pages double spaced. They also need your resume, curriculum vitae, they need your writing sample, they need letters of academic references. English proficiency for those who do not meet the exemption, that is for those who did not study with fully funded with English, for those who did not study with English language. Now, for admission, if you want to, this is the deadline here, so application is open for fall of next year. Now, how did they fund their programs? They fund their program through graduate teaching assistantships, and you apply to these graduate teaching assistantships the same time you are applying to their school or to the program. Now, what does this graduate teaching assistantship cover? This graduate teaching assistantship carries a full tuition waiver and a monthly stipend of $1,300 for up to 4 semesters. You also receive a waiver for up to 12 credits of summer course. The award does not cover student fees. Now, that is that for this school. And you can as well apply for tuition waiver. They have tuition waiver. You can apply for tuition waiver if you do not have a graduate teaching assistantship or other graduate assistantship on campus. So that is that for this program, fully funded or with substantial funding for both their masters and their PhD. The PhD is fully funded as well, and it's almost the same thing, just the PhD has more money. Yeah. So we are down to the last school on our list for today, and the last school is the University of New Mexico, and their communication and journalism department or School of Communication and Journalism offer fully funded masters and PhD in communication. And if you go to their websites, on their funding, on the course description, the MA description, you will see that they said we are able to assist you with your financial needs. We have several teaching assistantships for master's students, which include a stipend, a tuition waiver, and health insurance. See assistantship page for more details. So let us go to the assistantship page to see what they have. Now, on that assistantship page, they are saying that the financial package for teaching assistantships who teach 4 courses per year consists of a stipend for teaching, tuition waiver for up to 24 credits per year, 12 per semester, and then health insurance. Funding for the teaching assistantship is for the duration of your graduate program, 4 years for PhD students and 2 years for master's students, pending 3 conditions. First, teaching performance. Second, personal academic performance. And third, departmental budgetary conditions. Anyways, they're just saying in a nutshell that their program is fully funded. So what do they need to apply to this program? Of course, we'll fill the online form that will ask you your personal program of interest, educational background, transcript, letter of intent, writing sample, CV, assistantship interest, because you would also write and express your interest in being considered for assistantship while you apply to the program. So that is that, and then they give you details, and then the final thing, recommendation letters. So they gave you description of what they need on this application page website, right? So that is that for the University of New Mexico, and that is that for all the 5 schools we have looked at for today's episode. So before I call it a day for today, if you have not already subscribed, please, I am begging you, please subscribe, and you will have my gratitude. And share with your friends, share with your acquaintances. You do not need to have this scholarship, particular scholarship as interest. You might have friends, so share. You never know who might find it useful. Don't forget to also like and comment if you have questions. Now I'm going to be leaving in the comments in the description section below the links to all these schools, the link to apply and the link to their funding, so where you see further details of all the necessary information. Yeah, thank you so much again for tuning in and for joining me today. Thank you, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.